Our next panelist, Anul Mundra. She is the CEO and founder of Expats Hub, which is the running UAE's largest business community platform, marketing agency, and event management company. An engineer by degree and an ex-banker by profession, her venture into entrepreneurship started as a journey. So I would like to welcome you today to this panel talk as one of the panelists. Found artist and activist using her art to amplify the voices of women, and a contemporary conceptual artist with an interest in textiles who employ the traditional handmade techniques to express a feminist identity. So I would like to welcome you, Stephanie, today for this panel. University, then also the founding and directing different companies in Europe and the Middle East. So I would like to welcome you today. Now we have Dr. Mona Hussain Ali. She is the CEO of Naturally Number One. And Dr. Mona is an artist, is a research scientist who is very passionate about innovating new technologies and making new findings. And that is what made her to decide to work and begin her Naturally Number One. So welcome you here, Ms. Mona. Okay. Thank you. We have Maria Komal Abi. Maria is an accomplished Indian artist currently based in UAE, and her profound artistic skills and that impacts her commitment to sustainability, and also she serves this as a backdrop for her vision. So being an art educator and an artist activist, she's a part of the artist community. I welcome you, Maria. Thank you so much for being in the panel. Thank you. And we also have a virtual panelist. Unfortunately, she couldn't join today, Ms. Kiara Kaur. She's the youngest TEDx speaker and the youngest speaker in COP28 as well as Expo 2020. So I think we will need to start now. Yes, I hope that you all were able to understand who or where our panelists today. Okay, so as per the rules that each one, I'll be asking you some question which will begin with your introduction and your resilience and achievements, which you need to brief it. So 2 minutes is each one will get 2 minutes. You can use that, and then after that one round we will take the questionnaire. Okay. So once again, we are privileged today to have such a wonderful women from different perspective and different walks of life. So beginning with Miss Laila, Miss Her Excellency Laila Rahal, I need to specially encourage more power to her, because she encourages and inspire and motivate the women around. So first thing that I would like to ask you is, who inspired you to be a leader and why?
Strong, I'm not strong. I'm humble, simple, small drop in big ocean where there is a great personality. There is only one who is strong, is the Lord, God. And we belong to God. Second, to be a leader is not easy. It's a big scenario, which we've been through, all of us, not only me. Each woman is wearing different hat, different mask, different task. And she been, as we're talking about the women, happy International Women's Day, happy Holy Ramadan, and happy success to all achievers. We celebrate women in different color, in different tasks, in different achievement, and I say congratulations, especially to my sisterhood, a long tradition, because we're together more than 14 years, and that it's not only tomorrow or yesterday. It's a big challenge. I learn from each woman. I succeed with each woman. We left hand together. We are growing together. Like I say, there is no I, there is we. As a woman starting with W, it's mean we together. So behind my success and inspiration, we start from my family, my father, bless him where he is. He left us last year. And my mother, my friends, my surround, my husband, each one has left an impact, even though bad or good. If it's good, it's empower me and encourage me to keep going. If it's bad, it teach me the lesson to be aware that in life, there is not always good things. There is one day is bad, one day is good, one day is perfect, one day is amazing. And if we are going to talk about whom I am, I'm a woman which been struggling, which been learning, which been teaching, empowering, which have her weakness, her power, place, and point of success. Like I say, we just know we build a lot. And I'm always happy to learn from you. And my message today to each woman, never step on other women, never minimize other women, keep together, because together, hand by hand, one goal, one mission, one vision is to build the community and committee and to build the success. My success, your success, her success is together. And what I say, we are human beings. No matter you train, no matter you reach, no matter riches you are building, don't forget the currency which we have all to trade with: peace, love, tolerance, and humanity. Because without human being, we will not exist. Mother, sister, friend, you could be a teacher, you could be artist, you could be a big boss, a leader. You remain a woman. Each one will see you from different perspectives and category. Achievements come together. Keep together. And our slogan in Women Business Circle is grow together. And Jesna Jackson is the head of art and culture and mentoring and curator. And I'm so glad and blessed to have surrounded us many women which they are making change, challenge, and impact. Build the society together and build the success with each other. Thank you.
Thank you for highlighting the women empowerment. Actually, I love the way that she empowers herself as well as the women around us. And I also want to say special thanks to her because she's a woman who has actually been struggled to come to this level, and I appreciate that, and we need to give a big round of applause for her. Thank you for sharing the journey of your conceptual artworks, of textile work or sustainability art. What would you do if you have a leadership role in the profession or an organization as a woman? What would be the first thing that you will be implementing?
Oh my goodness. I think if I probably start from an artistic, what do you say? Like it would be something artistic. That it would be the company or the role I was taking. I think for me, my art is always from a personal experience. It's all about my personal life, my personal experiences, and I can only create art from within me. But I think the art that I make can resonate with other people. So I think I would be encouraging people to start from within, and for especially women, we carry so much within us. We have so many roles that we play every day, and the nurturing, the taking care of everybody, but then also carrying burdens of everybody around you. And we share a lot and we absorb a lot from everybody around us, and that's just the nature of who we are as well. Right. And I think to draw together on that collective and sharing our experiences, I think that's the most important, because none of us is an island. We all go through the same experiences. Sure, we have different lives, different background experiences, but we all have this innate capabilities and pressures on us, and our nurturing, and whatever we have in our daily lives, we can bring that all together, and I think that is important, and I think that is the collectiveness of it. But
according to your conceptual artworks, so how can you as a woman navigate your power structures, using your different medias? If you can just elaborate that.
Yeah, so I work mainly with textiles, which I draw a lot from traditional techniques and traditional everything that I can find that's from my South African heritage, but also locally. And I think using that is to get your to establish your own identity within that as well. And how I like to use it is because I use textiles is also a connection with the feminine, and it's a connection to my female heritage as well, because my mother and my grandmother, everybody used textiles in a different shape and form. So I think it's just that lineage of connecting everybody, the thread that connects everybody together.
So you do paintings and installations. So if you can just brief that.
So I do mostly installations, and I don't do so much painting anymore, but I also work with installations. And what I like about that is, as a female, if I can give a quick example, is I have a big fishing net installation in the New Atlantis Hotel. And what I like about that is it was an interesting experience as a female to step into this world with male dominance, engineering, and all the staff helping, and everybody is this male environment. And I'm the artist, and I have this massive installation, and I know what I'm doing, and they were like, we should do this, and I'm like, no, we will do this. Okay. And I quite like that. It was quite empowering to use, like, even though it's quite a feminine artwork, it's a fishing net that's kind of a male industry, and just this male environment, and I step up as a female and go, I'm a woman, and I can do this.
Yeah, that's really commendable work.
Yes,
yeah, thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Now, turning to Miss Anul. So, when you began your career many years ago, did you ever imagine that you would have been leading a role as a leader on this profession and as your, as a part of your organization? So, how could you explain that?
So the answer is never ever. So being a banker, being a very nerd banker, so to say, and very much invested in my day-to-day professional desktop or a laptop life. I never thought I'll do what I'm doing today, but I think you always have to be alert. So what would be the takeaway from this would be, you would just have to be alert to what opportunities are coming your way, and just be proactively able to take that and turn it into your dreams and reality is what I learned from it. So yeah, I never thought.
That's wonderful to know. And would you please explain about your being a CEO at Expats Hub and how you handle the women empowerment into your organization?
Sure. So I saw there are a lot of marketing agencies around, there is event management companies around, there are social communities around, but there was a definite gap in the market in running all of this in a professional, structured format. So I think that's where the story began. The idea was always to support expats in this part of the country, but it was also about how we can run this productively, proactively in a right structured manner, so people do benefit from each other and uplift each other. Coming to the women empowerment bit of it, I think we as women are great multitaskers, and obviously a lot of respect to our other men and the other gender out there, but I think what women brings onto the table is a lot more creative, lot more effort, and a lot more passion into things, right? So we all need to, like Ms. Leila also said earlier, and our other fellow panelists, I think we all need to uplift each other, support each other, be each other's strength. And I think the only message I want to say out there is, as a woman, first, believe in yourself, do that hard work, be consistent, and believe in your dreams. I was able to do something which I never thought I could do, and I'm sure all of you or each one of you can do that for yourself as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Anul, for sharing your entrepreneurial journey. And yes, we will come back to you later with that. Now, moving on, I would like to welcome Edita, and I just have a question for you. It's something different.
I expect it will be different, and I'm not prepared for your questions.
Okay. As a professor in the university, can you speak about the importance of resilience in entrepreneurship? And as you has various leadership positions which helped you to guide different projects, so I prefer that you can connect it with your healthcare and the business. So how do you connect it, and how does it connect with the women?
Really, truly, I'm thinking what to say shortly and give you something which will be good takeaway and inspire you somehow. So I think the right keywords will be everything is energy, and whatever you will give, you will get back.
Yes, perfect.
We are here full of energy. Yeah, really. It's very intense. Even at some point of time, my voice starts shaking, inside. I was wondering when I will start my speech, what will happen. So, and I speak daily. I'm at the university, so supposed to be very natural. So, yes, I think going further, our thoughts really create reality. We are so powerful human beings. And I have so many examples, maybe later I can just share with you the good and bad, how our mind is really powerful and our thoughts, we can attract the things in our life. Again, good and bad. So even in the leadership or some high positions, sometimes we are getting the positions, but it's not that you are the leader. Yes, because the leadership is truly starting, with you, with your strength, with your, with your. So anyway, I can really hours and hours, but I think conclusion is all about the energy. Be smiling. So actually, be happy, and we will. Whatever you will give, you will receive.
You lead here. You are showing that be you.
Exactly. We should be.
That's your conclusion.
Yes, this is very important because all of us, we are truly different, and all of us, we have different potential. And the most important is to discover our true inner potential.
Awareness and sustainability in your artwork.
Well, it all started in India when I did a lot of art commissions. It was more like commercial art. And then because due to some reason, I had to move to UAE, and I landed as an art educator. Now, the role of an art educator is very responsible because we are molding the citizens for the future. Right. So a sense of responsibility set inside me where I'm teaching them about reducing, reusing, recycling, but am I doing it myself? So what I did was when I started doing my personal artworks, I started looking at stuff around my house. I thought, see, there are many great artists who do art installations, artworks using recycled items, collecting a magnanimous amount of bottles maybe. But in my capacity, I found that that's not possible for the role that I played, because I was also working, I was also a homemaker, so it was juggling between the two. And then I decided suddenly that why not I start from my home, let me look around what things I have. And from childhood I had this habit of not throwing anything. I always kept whatever I found, excess, a little bit of yarn that is not used, I kept it in a box, and the box was full. So when I decided this, and I went back to my house and I found a lot of materials that I could use in my artwork. And I pray to God before doing any of my artwork. So the way that we use the recycled materials, that has to be really smart, because it can't be for the sake of using recycling. We can't just put in everything into one artwork. It has to be placed rightly. So the sense of responsibility that came in as an art educator, and when I teach them, I should also follow it myself. That's what brought me into the stream of awareness and, doing artwork that interpret meanings, that speak to people, because art has the power to communicate to one's soul. Right. And art has the power to change and bring in a positive, world into this, where we are living.
Being women, and in your profession, did you had any hard time promoting yourself as a woman?
Yes, as a woman, when you go outside into the mainstream, it's quite difficult for us to establish ourselves. But I must tell that with the support of women, as Ms. Laila said, and Jesno does, and Ms. Laila also does, Anul, and everybody around here, they do that.
Now I have few questions. If you have any questions from the audience, be prepared for the panelists. Started to experiment your naturally number one business and being a CEO. So how did you balance that career into passionate life of artist being, and as well as the personal life? So because I have read it, something in a quote that you mentioned about bringing this for especially for women. So that is the main highlight that actually strike me to have you in this panel, because that is your product.
Well, actually, the whole business started when I started to develop wrinkles, and I was looking in the market for something which works without any chemicals. And that was 15 years ago when I failed. And then I'm a research scientist. I said, okay, let me start doing it myself. Because, our skin is the largest organ in our body, and whatever we put on the skin will get absorbed. And there's so many harmful chemicals and chemical preservatives, emulsifiers, enhancers for penetration. They place all these chemicals to help whatever ingredients they want to go to the deeper skin. So that it can work. But then these molecules are often very small, and they can get absorbed into the blood, they can affect the endocrine system, some of them are carcinogenic. And I said, hang on, let me try and do something a bit better. That's how I started. So really my products are all natural. I don't use any chemicals, I don't use chemical preservatives. And yet I have a shelf life of 2 years. That was an achievement. My bottles are from a dense plastic, which can be recycled. Or I'm actually trying to make a system where I can reuse them. Okay. And then as well, this is really my aim from the whole.
Okay, so there any challenges that connects with your personal life and about your art as a passion?
Art, I love art. I was never taught art, as you know, and I really love it. And it's the one thing I can do for hours and forget the whole world. But for me, the issue is time at the moment. Okay. Hopefully, if I get established in the cosmetics and get this company running properly, then I will have more time for art. But I love art.
I think you should face that challenge, and you have to move forward.
Yes, that's a challenge.
A lot of people and making a lot of hand and driving left and right to help and to support and to earn her journey with dignity. Whom I am. I'm small drop. So I do this with a heart, with good energy, with love to everyone who deserves. Today, if we don't support each other and left hand of each other, it's not about the event. It's about commitment. It's about respect for job of others. I do it for humanity, not to showcase.
Thank you, Laila. Thank you so much. So my question to Anul, how can we expand women's links to each other, let's say mentorship, networking, or coaching or training?
I think the first and foremost thing we need to do is to come out of our shell. And that's why, coming back to what Her Excellency Miss Leila said, that we need to be out and about, coming to these events. Even look at the event today where we're all sitting in, all powerful, respectable women in their industries. If we don't come to forums like this, we don't network. Right. I think, so point number one, network. And then keep maintaining, building relationships. So there are a couple of things which are core values of this to lead success, which would be building relationships, accountability, givers gain. And what givers gain mean to think about giving first rather than what will I get out of it. And people will start helping you soon. You'll start seeing yourself that the benefits are coming your way as well, as much as you try to help each other. So I think all of that together.
That's a wonderful answer. Thank you for that.
I learned from my mom, from my grandma, from my friends, from Jesno, from you, from everyone. That is karma. The way you give, you receive is the circle. And starting from that point, we built together a women business circle. We moved from empowering the women to give them the powerhouse. They have to be entrepreneur leadership. Hugging, communicating, smiling doesn't cost money. Cost energy and cost transparency. If you are a true person, when you hug with true, people can feel it. I don't pretend. I give it from my heart to the people who deserve and the people who don't deserve. But more important today, we have to give the power and the red carpet to the woman, how to build her future. That's more important. Thank you, my lady.
what advice you can give it to the young generation or the next generation female leaders?
Okay, beautiful question. I'm not that young. Huh? What advice? Okay, so many advices. Of course, first of all, believe in yourself. You cannot expect anyone around you to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Because once you have that, opportunities will just flow. And then second thing, once you are faced with that opportunity, grab it.
Yes, right.
Grab it and do not give up. Because failures, challenges are part of the journey. You only fail when you give up. And then last but not the least, which is I am like personally applying it, is to throw your body over the bar and your heart will follow. So whatever you do, give your best. It's like all or nothing.
Right.
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Can you share a personal experience where your voice as a woman made an impact or faced challenges? You just told in the previous conversation that you have negative as well as the positive things that you want to share.
Share what we was talking about without names.
No, actually, it's all about. You said it's all about the thoughts. Yes, like I said, even, and I deeply believe my background is medical. So, if you will ask me as a doctor, what is really missing is holistic approach to the patients and looking at the patients, what they are really roots or causes of the illness. And if I will shortly listen, I met 9 surgeons in UAE. I met all of them. I hang out during my past last year, and all of them, they couldn't find the reason. All of them, they recommended surgery, and all of them, they said this is only one way. And the pain, believe me, was there. And I didn't got give up because of my old study and all my beliefs, more than 20 years, I don't know. I said, let me apply on myself. And I would like to lead by, I'm teaching leadership. So I said, like, I don't have option. I need to lead by example. I will fail or I will win, yeah? Thanks God, I don't know the process. I did it. Yeah, so now I can say it's possible, like I just, but again, when the thing started without the details, it's all, you see, our body store a lot of traumas. We need to go for, you know what I mean, the roots. So from childhood, from so many events. So that's why I shortly said it's very important how you think. Try to think, you know, we have the Ministry of Happiness, and excellent. Try to be happy. Try to always, I'm always saying, if someone is rude to you or whatever, don't take that gift. It belongs to the person, the giver. Just react in the positive and love. The key words will be the love. Just don't take it, this gift. Yeah? And this is how you can, you know what I mean, build your own, you know what I mean, your own, I don't want to say the word, but you know, but it's the process. I mean, who I am now, of course, is the years of learning, applying, failing, training, blah, blah. I like to always with the students, blah, blah. So this is one, but I have, you know, you ask me about the experience, I can just, to make you laugh, how our thoughts are powerful, and we don't understand. So I will use, randomly came to my mind, example, I changed in my house the flooring. Here in Dubai, beautiful floor, wooden one. I fell in love. I didn't know I should walk or no. But there was always fear that will be damaged. And this fear was always there. And over the months, something happened first time. Some workers came and they made in the hall of the living room, the happened. I was very upset. I was very upset. Again, emotion. Yes, I was okay. And then keep going, my fear. And then what happened? We don't have so often rain. Then was very huge. The water entered to the house, to the room. Completely damaged. So. Very good lesson for me. I will always remember how, because I really love it. Yes, I like it. We can say I protect it, but we protect it with the fear. We protect it with not full love and calmness and the happiness. So even small, exactly, with small seed, you know what I mean, which we are not fully, can make that huge impact. And so if we have more time, I can say the opposite, yes, the positive. Another session, yes, but think positive. Please, the takeaway is just, you know what I mean, think as much as you can. I'm giving the mic.
Can work well to promote the inclusion in the workplace, because we are celebrating the International Women's Day and this year's theme is inclusion. So could you please explain that?
Inclusion of women?
Inclusion of women and men, both.
Inclusion in general. Yeah. So the strategies is to be like, from an employer perspective, I would say, make sure you understand what your employees are going through, be considerate, be sympathetic, include them. From a country perspective, I am very proud, happy that I am part of a country which is so inclusive of all the nationalities already, because of which even Expats Hub had a place of its own, or for that matter, each one of us, if you look at the panel, are so diverse where we come from, but we all feel so inclusive and so part of the country. So I think if you talk about UAE, we feel all inclusive, and to the rest of the world out there, or to each one of you, I think inclusivity is extremely important, and that would always be related to sympathy and empathy. That's what I feel.
Okay, that's nice. Nice of you. Final question, because you being in UAE as an art educator and promoting sustainability, how much it has implemented you and to your students, the way that you do it as an artist activist as well as an educator, in your perspective?
Okay, so the role that the UAE government has played in my mission was immense, because even before the year of sustainability, I must say that the Expo 2020 brought in an impact. And previous to that, whenever I did projects on reduce, reuse, recycles, my students, who are obviously teenagers, they would be like, Miss, it's so boring and all that. I don't see excited faces. But then I felt that there should be like, a sense of responsibility, just like how I realized it should be brought to life in them as well. And that was the right time when the Expo 2020 happened. And then we visited as, from school. And one of my students looked at one of the installations which showed like how one t-shirt used gallons and gallons of water. It was like shocking to them. And I was like, see, this is the importance of sustainability. And of course, Expo 2020 just triggered the start. And then from then onwards, I implemented like projects that did sustainable projects in my school. And side by side, I also was doing like, artwork on, sustainability on the whole. And I must tell that sustainability doesn't mean just reduce, reuse, recycle. It's about creating a balance. It's about economic sustainability. It's about financial sustainability. It is about like the human connections that we have. We need to bring in a balance between everything. So that was the time when, I took the opportunity and I put in like for my higher grade students who do coursework, serious topics like fashion and sustainability. So she explored a lot of things like how thrifting is very important, like, in these days, like, how you can reuse, clothes, you can reconstruct fabric, some things which ourselves we can throw, like, a denim jacket, perhaps like with a nice painting on it. It may have a new look and a new life. So thrifting came in. Many of my students were interested in that. So we had a competition where they turned their old clothes into like a good piece, like, which is in trend. And so from there onwards, the role that UAE has played is very important. And especially with the year of sustainability that set in 2023, and you all must have noticed that it's still continuing. Even in 2024, they have declared that it is going to continue. The theme of the year is sustainability. So see how much importance the government has given, sustainability. And then I was able to convince all my students very easily. Now, out of my 10 students, 2 students do it on environment sustainability coursework, and 1 does on mental health awareness, which is also important to be a sustainable, to have a sustainable environment around us. And another one does on, a lot of other things that happen, economic. So like that, different topics set in. And obviously there were many students who did beautiful artworks, concept based, because interpreting a meaning at that particular age and grooming them into doing that, I found it very challenging, but by the grace of God, I was able to do, to an extent. Still, I will not say that I'm 100% successful, because none of us are. We have a long way to go. We are like somewhere in between. So I will keep trying to do the best. And I'm sure that the UAE government and you all wonderful ladies will always be there to support for such a good cause.
First of all, I would like to share the gratitude to all the panelists who are here, and I hope that we made it to a point, to a successful level, to celebrate and to strengthen the resilience and achievements of all the women. And I hope that everybody enjoyed, and thanks to all the audience who have been here. And Laila, would you like to conclude it?
Women. So when we say lots of gratitude to each woman behind other women and each man behind other women, like we say W, this is my love. W is mean you, it's mean wisdom, it's mean a power, but today we are together here to build new future, challenge. My tip to you, 3T, transparency, truth, and tolerance, and 3S, smile, sweet, and sustainable. We have to be together. And I say always, my lot of gratitude for just now. It's not only about the art. Yes, we need art. We need curator. We need professional people. But we need to believe in each other, to support each other, to be behind each other. There is no one born a leader. We build each other as leader. And there is no one build himself by himself. There is always teamwork, and there is someone who challenging you, inspiring you, guiding you. We learn. I learn from Jesna, from Anul, from Dr. Mona, from Aditya, from Maria, today from Bernadette, because her name is Bernadette, and from everyone, even from you, your silence, your listening to us, your passion, your time value. It's strength to us. So keep together. And thank you again.
Thank you, Laila. And once again, it was really a great opportunity to hear your narratives and your achievements or your hardships. And I hope that we will look forward for future activities and connect each other and uplift each other as women. So once again, we should actually give a big round of applause to all the women here. So of course, we have to thank the people who have been supporting us. Especially, I would like to thank Bavi Media and DXB24 Live for being our media partner for this whole event. And also the backend team. Special thanks to the team from the Art Point, who was very supportive, Emna and Ryan and the rest of them. So thank you, Cha. Very special thanks to you. Okay, and it was, I think it was a wonderful panel discussion, and it was really actually provided a good outcome, I think. So that was very nice, and I'm so happy to be the moderator.